Longboarding started around the late 50s, very late 50s, early 60s in Hawaii, when some surfers started noticing that rolling on wheels will feel similar to surfing, right? And they started building boards in their backyards. You know, back then skateboarding was considered a toy, and they started using it more for training. Started from there, and then, you know, it came to California and it became extremely popular.
Check it out! If you're not here, where are you?
Longboarding differs from traditional skateboarding in many ways. Skateboarding decks are usually short, they're all the same size, and they're used for the same purpose. Longboarding is different because the boards have different sizes and shapes. And there's different disciplines for longboarding. There's freeride, there's carving, there's downhill, which downhill is the most popular discipline right now because people like to go really fast down the hill.
Longboarding, to me, is skating fast down hills. I really enjoy adrenaline rushes and speed and finding the challenges of navigating long, twisty roads. The main things you got to take into consideration before embarking on downhill skateboarding is make sure you know your skill level, and if you're beginning, which means you need to be in a controlled environment with no cars and also a mellow hill. When you learn snowboarding and skiing, you don't go straight to the black diamonds, you go to the bunny slopes. And it's the same thing with downhill skateboarding. You want to make sure you also have the right equipment, especially helmet and gloves. Those two things will save your life in a lot of skiing.
It's a very dangerous sport. You know, you have to know what you're doing before you go down the hill. It's not like you can pick up a skateboard and just bomb a hill, because you can actually kill yourself.
There was this one hill, I was going down it, I thought I could handle it, and then I started getting speed wobbles and I panicked and I ate it and I burned up all my back and I quit skating for about a year.
And I did the turn and I just iced out and I slammed, I hit my head, I blacked out for 2 seconds, got back up and what happened?
I haven't had a really bad fall, but I've definitely eaten some shit.
When I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, he's crashing. He's gonna go off the cliff.
I went to the side of the car when I was carving and nailed the side of it, and the force broke my foot in 3 different places. I bent the trucks on my board with just my leg.
I most definitely remember my first really bad bail. I've fallen off my skateboard numerous times before that, but I remember hitting a guardrail at 40 miles an hour, and the amount of road rash and bruising that I had wasn't the most fun time, especially since I had a 15-hour road trip afterwards to go back up to school. But from that experience, I learned a lot. I put myself in a situation that was over my head, and I didn't want to do that again. I'm not saying that I haven't crashed since then, but I've tried my best to minimize that type of risk. Danger doesn't have to be associated with adrenaline. All downhill skateboarders, they want to be able to skate another day. Being broke off with road rash is the last thing you want to do. It's almost figuring out if you want to be a downhill skateboarder. A lot of people, they come out their first time and they'll take a little fall and get a little bit of road rash. That's usually the moment whether they figure out, they go, ow, that hurt, I don't want to do that again, or that hurt, but I can't wait to do that again.
I think the reason that people do downhill skateboarding is because of the adrenaline rush, because of the speed and the smell and the wind, And you feel like you're not, especially with downhill skateboarding, you have no engine, nothing. It's just like you and the sounds of nature, you know, and the wheels in the road. And I think that's what gets you hooked into the sport. Now, to live off of longboarding it can be a little bit difficult, especially these days because the economy is not that great.
To break into the downhill industry, it's really tough. To be a top-level racer, there's only 2 or 3 guys really that get paid full-time just to skate. The majority of them have jobs on the side. You can travel around the world to 8 or 9 World Cups and only get a couple grand in prize money. But so the best way really to break into it is to learn skills that you can bring to the company. It's not just about skateboarding, it's about building a skate community and giving back. Being a sponsored skateboarder doesn't mean you get to take advantage of the industry. It means you're a servant to the community, and it's awesome. The downhill skateboarding community is a pretty tight-knit group, but it's very open.
A lot of different people practice downhill longboarding. Guys, a lot of girls, different ages. Everybody feels like family because everybody knows each other and everybody helps each other and protects each other in many ways.
I've been skating all my life, but I never thought it would engulf my life. I thought I was going to be working in a cubicle doing something I wasn't very passionate about, but an opportunity fell in my lap and I didn't want to miss it. Skateboarding has brought me all over the world, and while I am skating all the time, I get to experience a lot of different things, cultures, new friends, places, and that's something that's amazing. There's so many special memories that downhill skateboarding has brought me, but some of the most amazing ones was being in a car with 4 of my best friends, traveling across the European Alps, and we're driving up this roads in the middle of night, and we're drinking in the car, legally, not the driver, but you're allowed to drink there. And we have the passengers, everyone no idea where they're going. We're driving up the road and we just set up camp at night, and we just pile out of the car and fall asleep, and we wake up and we're at the top of this beautiful mountain above tree line with perfect pavement, and I mean, that's the best experiences.
Downhill skateboarding is definitely a lifestyle.
It's whatever you want to make it.
I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, like hobby-wise or career-wise, for the rest of my life.
It's a way to escape and go into another mindset, and oh man, it's like nirvana.
How would I convince somebody to start longboarding? I'd just give them a board and say, get out and skate.